Hey guys, it's Melissa with Awaken Your Inner Awesomeness. I'm talking to you today about signs. I know I've talked about these in the past, but it came to me when I did a Reiki session on Friday from a young woman who she was wondering if going back to school was the right choice for her, and she was looking for all of these signs. And so we pulled a couple of cards at the end of our session to see if the universe had any messages for her. And the message that she got, one of them was courage, and courage to start something new. And I thought that was perfect and very apropos for her. But I wanted to talk to you about signs because I know I've talked about it before, but a lot of people want to know, am I on the right path, or should I do this, or should I do that? And they're looking for signs, and yet we don't always see the signs that are right there in front of our faces. And I can give you an example for myself. One of the things that I consider a sign is butterflies, because to me, the butterfly is all about transformation. And just in the past 6 months or so, I have gone through a complete and total transformation. I am no longer the same person that I was 6 months ago, in a good way. I have gone through a lot of changes, positive changes. And I have worked on myself a lot, my inner self, gone through counseling and different programs like a spiritual boot camp. And I am up-leveling spiritually, changing my path. I still teach German, which I love, but also now I am starting a Reiki business, or I have started one and have been doing that because I love being able to heal people. And that has been very, very fulfilling for me. And I know that that is part of my path. I am writing a book, which I know is another part of my path. My path and my purpose is to help people here on earth, to teach them about unconditional love and acceptance. And I know that my path has been leading me to doing that. And the way that I have known that I'm on my path, that I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing, is that I see butterflies everywhere. Because for me, that is the sign of transformation. And I have been on a transformational journey for quite some time. And I know that I've needed to transform my life in many ways. And I know that I'm on the right path because, for one thing, my whole life, not my whole life, but since I was 24, I was connected to my ex-husband. And that has been a relationship for me that I just always seemed connected to, and not in a necessarily healthy way. And it's a very complicated relationship for me, but it was one that I just could not move away from. Even though I moved on and had relationships and he moved on and got remarried, there was still an unhealthy attachment there. And now in the past few months, there's no connection there at all. So I know that that's one area where there's been a change. Also in my career, in starting this business, just getting winks, God winks, that yes, this is what you're supposed to be doing. And yes, you are helping people. And seeing people will post things about butterflies that will show up on my timeline. I'm like, oh, okay, that was a God wink. I have seen more butterflies this year in my yard and just all around than I've ever seen before in my life. So I know that's a God wink for me. Even just when I went to Disney World this summer, they had a butterfly house. And I'm like, okay, I've never seen that there before. So all of these God winks keep coming around, and synchronicities, you keep seeing the same thing over and over again. And angel numbers also for me has been something that shows up. I see 222 all of the time, which means don't give up. Your miracle is just around the corner. And I see 444, which means, the ascended masters are near you and your angels are near you and they're all helping you. And I see 555, which is that a huge transformation is taking place in your life. So it's all these things that are cluing me in that I am on the right path. And so I wanted to talk to you about signs, and are you seeing signs to help you and to show you that you are on the right path? And I would imagine that some of you are, and some of you may be asking for signs and saying, I'd love to have a sign to know whether or not I'm on the right path. Am I doing the right thing? Because we all want to know that we are on our journeys, that we're doing the things we're supposed to be doing. And sometimes we have doubts, we just aren't sure if we are where we're supposed to be. So one of the things that we can do is to ask for guidance. We can ask to see signs from our spiritual team to know whether or not we are on the right path. And we can ask for specific signs that we will know that when I get this sign, this is my sign for you that I'm on the right path. Or we can also ask for a sign and then be open-minded to see what comes to us and guidance. But it's important that we are calling in our spiritual team and asking them to help us and to give us guidance, because we're all going to get to our destination. We're all on a journey, and we will eventually get there. But it is nice to know that we're on the right path and that we're not taking a detour. I mean, it happens from time to time. We take little detours and we prolong our trip, and that there's nothing wrong with that. But it is nice to learn our lessons early so we don't have to keep repeating them, and so that we can end up where we're supposed to be without delay. So you can call in your team. You can say a prayer, something like, "Thank you, universe, for offering me clarity. Give me a sign to show me if I'm moving in the right direction." You can ask for a specific sign. You can say, "If I am moving in the right direction, would you please show me feathers?" Or "Would you please send me butterflies?" You can ask to be sent a specific sign. But also pay attention to those angel numbers that you see too, the 222, 444, 1111. And remember, when you're seeing those numbers too, it's really important to keep your thoughts positive, because we are manifesting what we want at those times, and we don't want to think about things we don't want. So keep your thoughts positive. And we talked about how you are God and you are one with God, so you have infinite power to manifest anything you want. But keep those thoughts positive, because anytime you are thinking something negative about yourself, that is almost like being blasphemous, because you are thinking negative things about yourself and you are one with God. So in other words, you are thinking negative things about God. So keep your thoughts positive. You have everything you need right now to be successful. Don't forget that. Don't forget who you are and where you came from. And another thing that you could do is that you could write down in your journal before you go to bed to have a sign that you are on the right path, that you are where you're supposed to be. And then you can ask for the answers to come to you in your sleep. Sometimes it's easier for our spiritual team to reach us when we're sleeping, because we don't fight it so much. We're very relaxed. And in that state, they can talk to us a lot easier. But try not to control what comes to you. If your sign isn't clear and you feel like you're still stuck and you don't really know if that's a sign, go back to your prayer and meditation and try to get centered, and again, ask for guidance again. Having meditation is really important because we become centered and our minds become clear. It's so easy for us to go through our daily lives and pick up everything that happens to us, and our minds become very cluttered. It's like if you were a magnet and you walked through the day, everything that would be attracted to you simply because you're a magnet. But that's kind of how we are. We attract all of this stuff during our day, and a lot of it is just noise. It's things we don't need. And by the end of the day, we are so full of other people's stuff that it's hard to really see ourselves again and where we are. And so it's important to meditate, to get centered, and to clear your mind. You can, if you have a deck of cards, of tarot cards, I like to use those. You can even go, Colette Baron Reed has a free service on her website where you can pick cards. You can ask a question and then pick the cards to get an answer. And there are 3 decks there that you can choose from. The thing about asking, though, when you have cards is that you have to know how to ask the question. You can't simply ask yes or no questions. They have to be questions like, what do I need to know for my highest good about this relationship? Or what do I need to know for my highest good about this job situation? So you need to ask the question in that way. And she even has on her website a guide for how to ask questions. So that would be a great resource if you wanted to go check out her website and ask questions there. That's a great thing that you could do. Another thing, if you're really looking for guidance, one of the things that I do in my Reiki sessions is I ask my team what you need to be healed of for your highest good. And usually I can pick up on things that are bothering you. Like if you have situations that are bothering you, I can pick up on that, and we can definitely dive into that and look at, what would be for your highest good in that situation, and we can pull cards and look at that as well. And sometimes when you are in the middle of Reiki and you're in the guided meditation session, sometimes the answers can come to you there as well. So if you're interested in Reiki, check out my website. I'm even amazed myself sometimes at answers that will come for people just in doing the Reiki. So please check that out if that's something you're interested in. If you're interested in developing your own spiritual connection, you can also check out A Purposeful Pilgrimage, which is a 22-day journey that I have on my website where you'll get daily lessons every day to help you create a better life. But there are not only tips for how to take care of your body inside and out, but also in connecting more with your spiritual team, developing that connection, and being able to use your intuition more for your daily life. So if that's something that you're interested in, please check out my website for that as well. It's called A Purposeful Pilgrimage. It's a membership area, so there are 22 days of lessons, but you have a membership, so you have access to them forever. And I will also be updating from time to time and adding new things there to that area. So think about checking that out. And I hope that you are checking with your spiritual team often, making sure that you are on the right path, that you have everything you need. Know that you have everything that you need to be successful in your life, just as you are right now. And I hope that you have a magical day and that you will continue to look for signs that you are where you're supposed to be. Don't go through life feeling stuck. That is not a way to live. If you need help, you need anything, you can jump on my website. You can shoot me an email. My email is on the website. You can call me. My phone number is there. Anything you need. If you like this podcast, please share it with friends. You can leave me a review, leave me some stars on iTunes. I would love your feedback, any comments. Thank you so much for listening to me. I appreciate you all. I hope you have a fantastic day. I am sending you so much love and light, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.